Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone to tonight's council meeting. Will you please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the meeting to order and open the roll call.
Goodell.
Here.
Slater.
Here.
Scholl.
Here.
Rusher.
Here.
Davis.
Here.
Now we need a motion to approve the agenda as printed.
Move we approve. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Need a motion to approve the minutes of the July 7th, 2014 regular council meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Anything from all the people in attendance this evening? Not? Clint, people service.
Well, we're getting closer on the water plant. I was gone a little bit this last week, but they're working on punch list items, alarms. We're getting a lot of those little ghost alarms, I call them, taken care of. Starting to do the outside dirt leveling and everything like that. DNR is gonna be here, I think, this next week sometime for official inspection. They've been here twice already, just to, it's all new for these guys too. So, but I'm sure they're gonna bring somebody has a surface water treatment plant, this gal, Julie, I think Aaron knows. But they'll find some little stuff's wrong, but it's good that they're there and everything, so, but, yeah, everything's, the guys are really getting their dialed in pretty good, and the water quality's looking real good and everything, and, it's coming around pretty good, so. Painters are here today, they started for the water tower, we just got that drain today, so they'll be starting this week on it for sandblasting. And did you know, Aaron, were they supposed to fix the overflow on the top? One time the DNR mentioned about getting that, but I don't know.
We talked about that, we got a price on it years ago, but
I mean, it was a
we had
long
the
time ago,
outside,
wasn't
yeah,
it?
and we talked about, we're not supposed to discharge what was discharged. We're supposed to
Yeah,
run
it has to come down
supposed to
and
run
then-
low deal and stuff, but the guy said
I
it was just
didn't
kind of
know.
one of those
Yeah,
deals, and so we did not do it and
Okay.
stuff anyway, just, one of the things was a fairly large cost and stuff anyway.
yeah,
for
yeah, and I
pipe
remember, like I said, it was a long time ago, but that's all.
No,
I
we did not
remember,
pursue
so.
that anyway,
Okay,
so.
okay. But, yeah, hopefully they'll be getting going on that this week, and, hopefully a couple weeks, but the paint in there is required, 7 days to cure. It's kinda like in a water plant, so it'll be a week's curing time before we can put water back in, and then hopefully between then and now, we won't have to fill it again, that the mechanical guys will come and do the other stuff, the inside with all the controls and, standpipe they gotta cut out and everything, so we'll see how that goes, so.
So the new tower's working good for us then and stuff?
Yeah, we got all the bugs work out of it, and it seems to be operating like it's supposed to, so. But, wastewater plant, we're, IPT's getting ready to, get the clarifiers going out there, the gears, to put the gears in out there on the, drives, so hopefully within the next couple of weeks, I'll be out there and start doing that once our flows have gone down a little bit, so, which they have been dropping, so obviously June was a little high water month, so. Other than that, we just keep plugging away, so questions, concerns, or?
The problems that we had with the ice and stuff out there at the plant, was that issues getting taken care of this summer? and
Yeah,
stuff
yep,
for next
yep,
year?
that's what we're addressing right now.
Okay.
Yep, they're gonna get that in the digester too, they're gonna straighten some of that out, some of that got bent in there too, so.
We still talk about a cover at all for that, for?
Yeah,
Did he talk to you about that? Yeah.
INS, I mean,
Yeah.
he did a couple times and then I haven't
Okay.
heard any more.
He talked to me about it today. One of the recommendations was to not cover it, but to kind of put a collar around it. And so what ends up happening is you're using the heat of the bugs from doing their work.
Right.
Essentially, that heat will keep it from freezing up. And so rather than completely enclosing it, and then Clint ends up walking in there with the fumes and whatnot. So it's a hazard if it's closed in, obviously, with all the fumes that can.
We see a lot of them got panels,
Yeah.
they're like honeycomb, but not all the panels right when you go in and
Mhm.
stuff, they're kind of a few openings and stuff in there, so.
So, yeah, they're looking at some different options as far as ways there's several different recommendations. The ones that are completely enclosed, he said that bumps up your costs pretty high. And he said you might not get much more bang for your buck when it comes down to it, as opposed to just putting a kind of a collar around it. So,
Yeah.
but they're exploring those.
See what different options are available, so.
UV tubes are working good up there and stuff,
Yep.
Lighting
Yep.
system and stuff?
You bet. Yep, working real good, so. Yep.
They're looking at doing the water main relocation possibly here within 2 weeks or so.
Okay.
Maybe, so,
The Denver people.
still don't have a final, time frame for them coming in, but, they're working in Clarion and in Dakota City, so I think, they're around and ready to go in a few weeks. We wanna get the cutting valve obviously in place.
Yeah.
So we've got isolation on that, but
Yep.
pretty soon here.
Yep. See, Albertsons are back down, showed up today, something.
Got the new big excavator anyway, so.
Yeah, yep. I think, was it Larry, that guy? He said he's hoping to have 2 crews here to make up for the downtime, so.
Of course, can't, until we get the underground pipe in, we're kinda screwed down that next pier and stuff, aren't we?
Yeah, but they got a lot of work to get back to where they were. Before they were bumping up against it, now they have to completely repair those coffer dams, the causeway. So there's a decent amount of cleanup, and then there's a decent amount of repair just to get back to where we were, what, a month ago, So, they
We
definitely.
could go a long ways, and after that, then it gets, then we run into
Yeah.
Pearl anyway, so.
Yeah, I think, Denver Underground's viewing it as maybe a week project to get that, once the cut-ins in and getting the new pipe laid side by side, so they can just tie it in within 4 hours, so.
Glenn, I was wondering, rather than discharge the south water tower out the hydrant into the street, could we have waited and then just let the use of the demand,
Yep.
run the water tower down, or were
Yeah,
we
they
on?
did that, first. They try to use it all up first, just let it, they isolate a few areas, and then it just gets used by those people still.
I see.
Down to its lowest point, and then finally gets down so far.
And then it will pump it out, so then you
go
have
out
to
the-
you have to discharge it out.
Out there,
Oh,
yep, but they
okay.
try and use it all that we can first, so.
Okay, I was just
Let it go
curious
with
on,
the stream, so, yep.
on that,
Yep,
okay.
yep,
Thank
they
you,
do, so,
yeah.
okay. Okay, thank you.
Hey, Glenn. Under new business, we need a motion to approve the renewal of a Class C liquor license for Lamitas of Humboldt Incorporated. Anything in order, Gordon?
Yes, it is.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We need a motion to approve an extended outdoor service area for the Family Table of Humboldt LTD doing business as Miller's Landing for an event to be held on August 16th, 2014. Aaron?
The only thing you'll see, there's a little, flyer here that a page here that shows where the extended sales is gonna be. It's in the back of Miller's Landing. It's the Hogs for Dogs event that they have. They expect it'll be quite a large event, and they'll have a band and whatnot back there, so.
Is that a Saturday or something, or do you, 16th?
Yes.
Yep.
Is it, okay.
Move to approve. Second.
Anything in order, Gordon?
Yes, it is.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Under resolutions, we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2014-88. A resolution approving contract change order number 1 with Hobie Construction Incorporated in Fort Dodge, Iowa for the Sumner Avenue Sidewalk Improvement Project for a net increase in the contract amount of $5,133.66.
This changes the swale for the stormwater discharge to long grass rather than riprap. That's at the request of the owners that are giving us the easement to go through their property. They didn't want riprap through there, and so this is it'll have the mat underneath it that keeps the grass in place. It's Excelsior mat or something like that. Is the name. And then just long grass that will lay down once the water's really ripping through there. It's not a whole lot of discharge that comes out through that area. It'll be mainly the whatever's coming off that hill that gets caught by the tile that goes behind the retaining wall, and then whatever's coming down the sidewalk. But enough to in a heavy rain event
This is the residents along Hickory Lane on top of the hill there.
Yeah, they actually
They were
own that.
requesting that.
And then the other thing is obviously the salt resistant seating we talked about along Sumner Avenue and switching that out. The net change, while it says it's an addition of $5,133.60, is $12 because the quantities will be reduced in the original contract to the point that it's pretty much a wash. So,
One thing I was wondering, initially the cost is about a wash, like you were
Mhm.
saying, but is it gonna be a maintenance-free type of, causeway around there then? I mean, or is that something like, we're gonna do grass and this salt-free grass or
Mhm.
whatever? And I was just kinda wondering, is that something that we're gonna have to, address each and every spring then? I mean, rather than have, a maintenance-free type of product along there where there would be probably no additional costs? I didn't know
Well,
how
it-
effective this salt-free grass type of product is.
that'll be a thing. That'll be a great question. We'll have to look at it in hindsight on how effective it is in that area. I'm sure that it depends on how much salt you put down in the air on whether you're actually gonna burst it or burn it out or not. It's resistant, so I'm sure you can kill it with enough.
But this David Knoxville, he's evidently used this product in other projects and stuff like that.
The
So he's-
DOT actually has a
they
spec
have-
for it, so, the DOT uses it, and, it's probably with limited success, if you've got, like 169, I imagine if you put it on the edge there, it'd probably still kill it, because the DOT puts down an incredible amount of salt on that road compared to what we use on
Mhm.
Sumner. Granted, Sumner's a little higher than the other streets because it's a steep grade, but I think that it's probably not gonna sit there nearly as much as would be the case with DOT, with constantly plowing and pushing it over and putting more salt. I think that grass is always gonna be content with the amount of salt we put down. But, there's really not much cost to that salt resistant. It's maybe a bump up the cost a little bit south of the thousand or something like that. And then obviously you've got a gain in the removing the riprap and just putting that down to the mat with the grass over the top.
I was just curious on how it's effectiveness, because, if we started out with a, maintenance-free type of, buffer between the road and the retaining wall, if it would be, how much additional cost it would be from year to year to year, but, that's
That-
it's probably minor, I suppose.
Well, that was always spec for grass in between the summer.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, it's just, it
Okay.
was, Walter brought it up that it's probably not gonna last very long. It would have been, probably had some issues. So that's where the discussion of the, gravel versus
Mhm.
grass versus
Okay.
whatever.
Move to approve.
Thank you. Second.
Roll call vote.
Goodell,
Aye.
Slater,
Aye.
Scholl,
Aye.
Rusher,
Aye.
Davis.
Next, we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2014-89. A resolution approving contract change order number 2 with Hobie Construction Incorporated for Dodge for the Sumner Avenue Sidewalk Improvement Project for an extension of the substantial completion date to August 31st, 2014.
This extension is due to the kind of unseasonable weather that we've had. There's just been so much rain and delayed. Doesn't really affect anything due to the fact that the bridge is out, so even if it takes them longer, it's not a big deal.
What happens when they're gonna connect down with the bridge, but the bridge doesn't get done until next year?
That's a good question. I'm guessing that they would put it right as close as they can get, and then the bridge would have to come out. And so.
I mean, who finishes that project next year then?
Probably the bridge. You probably deduct whatever that last stretch is that's
Okay.
supposed to hit the bridge,
Okay.
and then you add it to the bridge contract, and then come out a little bit further with their concrete to be done. So,
I'm just curious, because
Yeah.
as now, it calls for going down to that point,
Yeah.
then I thought about, if they can't get to that point,
yeah.
how that works anyways.
And I think the bridge comes out, I can't say this for a fact, but I know that the bridge comes out a decent ways on the approach. It doesn't come out a lot, so
Yeah.
if they're still working in that area, they're
Right.
probably not gonna be able to meet up, nor would I want them to, because they probably get beat up.
For alignment and stuff,
Yeah.
that's what I was curious about.
So, now when we get a little closer to them pouring that section, That's probably gonna be a deduct to get those last few, yards of concrete in the pool there.
Move to approve.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Slater?
Aye.
Shoal?
Aye.
Rusher?
Aye.
Davis?
Aye.
Goodell?
Aye.
Under ordinances, we need a motion to approve the first reading of the following proposed ordinance. An ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Humboldt, Iowa by amending Chapter 65, Section 1 pertaining to stop or yield required.
Actually, you brought this up, so.
You know, I had bomb guards opened up, and by the second day, I had a lot of phone calls. And it was because the people coming out of bomb guards just rolled right through and just on the highway, and there was 2 or 3 near collisions, and one of the people just about got hit called me, and another one that was involved in it. They said, should there be a stop sign, right? Which I was surprised there wasn't, because we have them almost all the entrances, so this is why it's here, is just, not that people shouldn't stop, and they should know that, but apparently if you don't put a stop sign up, you don't think you have to stop anyway, so this is just a reminder for people to stop before they enter the highway anyway.
Move to approve.
And
Do
they'll
we need
be,
one on the other side for red power then also? Is there gonna be a problem?
that's a driveway, so
Okay.
they really should.
Okay,
It's not a street, no.
okay.
But, one quick thing, the, DOT is going to have to authorize this, cause it is an access to the highway, so, while we'll have the ordinance in place, I'll need to talk to the DOT about getting them to install it and approve it. I'm sure they're not gonna have a problem with stopping the street coming onto the highway. Gotta go through all the, bureaucracy.
Move to approve.
We have a motion, we just need a second.
Oh, second.
Roll call vote.
Shoal?
Aye.
Rusher?
Aye.
Davis?
Aye.
Goodell?
Aye.
Slater?
Aye.
Next, we need a motion to waive the second and third readings of the aforementioned ordinance.
So move.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Rusher?
Aye.
Davis?
Aye.
Goodell?
Aye.
Slater?
Aye.
Shoal?
Aye.
Lastly, we need a motion to approve the final reading of the aforementioned ordinance and direct the city clerk to publish the ordinance as ordinance number 2014-07.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Davis?